It's Tofu speaking. I apologize if my voice is a bit terrible because I'm recording this at 8:30 in the morning. But nevertheless, I would like to get this one out of the way because this is my preparation video for the next CB, which is CB20, which is coming out in September 25th. So with that out of the way, let's just get straight into the video. So this CB primarily will focus on the two main bosses, which are Boss 4 Cyclops and Boss 5 Lesapult, otherwise known as Scorpion. Cyclops, for example, is a boss that targets the highest physical attack unit and throws rocks at them, which has a chance to lower their action speed and also a chance to stun, as well as having an AoE Union Burst. This AoE Union Burst is pretty strong and should not be underestimated. As for the Scorpion, he has an AoE Union Burst as well that is physical in nature and has attacks which can poison the ally. So you want to definitely play around that, and with that out of the way, let's actually get straight into the gist of this video, which is just about how my gear ranks for the next CB. Disclaimer, before I continue on, I would like to implore you to just double check with your clan leads and your clan members so you can spec your units in a much nicer fashion, so you don't completely cup your guild by not having enough of this build, for example, and you are able to follow timelines pretty efficiently, unless you're running auto, of course, in which case I don't really give a damn about that. So first, actually, let's get into mini physical attackers such as Makoto here, stuff like swords, lances, and axe users, for example. So Makoto here, there are some builds which won 14.5 and 14.6, but generally for the CB we are using 15.3 Makoto, Sama Makoto, because we do want her to have lower bulk and higher attack, which is the entire reason we go up in here in the first place. And I think she has like almost 9,000 attack, yeah, 8,980 attack, and same goes for Christina. I think it's about 8,600 attack. I think Sama Makoto has slightly higher, but it doesn't really matter in the long run because Christina functions a bit differently than Sama Makoto does. So the reason, again, we want 15.3 sometimes or 14.6. For Christina, always 15.3 because she wants to trigger her Union Burst as quickly and as often as possible. But there are some units who definitely want to say 14.6, not just because of the CB, but for preparation for CB21 and CB22, for example, where you probably want to have the lower bulk. And for that reason, I would again implore you to please keep a lead with your clan leaders and your clan members, your fellow clan members, so you can congregate your units to better suit your clan, so you have a smoother experience towards clan battle. I think that's it for the melee units. There are some other melee units, more like physical range units like archers. She already has some builds that forces her to go to 14.6, but there are also builds which says that she could perfectly function well as 15.3, for example, for the lower boss ranks like boss A and boss B. Boss C probably she wants 14.6, but apart from that, the difference in damage loss between 14.6 and 15.3 is very marginal. So if your Shiori is a bit strapped, or you are strapped in like gems for refresh, it's perfectly fine for you to keep her in 14.6. And speaking of 14.6, this segues me into another very crucial part of why I would like to get this video done very quickly, which are the mages. Mages want to stay at 14.6 because of this gear right here, which is Middle Life 3. Middle Life 3 is a gear which provides 4 TP boost. If you rank any mage higher than rank 14, for example, like I'm going to show you here, she does not have that gear anymore. So it is better for you to keep her at 14.6 because 14.6 gives this TP boost gear. Every single mage, such as Neneka, such as Summer Kyaru, such as Kyoka, or such as Nanaka, every single mage that you have that are single target and are meant for clan battle, please keep her at rank 14.6, because if you break her to rank 15, then you're pretty much destroyed for like 4 or 5 months until rank 16, and you don't really want to do that. So please keep her at 14.6. Even PvP mages like say Ram here, she won't be able to use the CB ever, but she still appreciates the extra shred and the extra extra looping that she's able to get from this TP boost gear. So there's almost no reason for any mage to stay at 14.6 except for maybe just Anna and maybe esports Kasumi and all that, like the support pages who are locked into Miris Kiaru looping, but that's a story for another day. This is the story for about CB20. For example, Anna here would like to just go to 15.3 because of the extra stats. She doesn't really care about UB, she doesn't want to proc UB ever, so she just stays at this rank for the time being. The only reason I don't have her top right equipped is because I am still farming that, and I would appreciate it if Ram doesn't actually just take all my lunar base away. But going back to the meta, I don't think this is much of a problem. There are other units that I need to talk about. Well, I guess Ilya still wants 14.6 as well because of the extra book. Makoto the same, and I think it's just like these three. So Valentine, Shizuru, and Summer Saren, do keep them at the rank that they are last time. So if your Saren is rank 9, please keep her at that rank. If your Saren is rank 14, please also keep her at that rank. And especially for Kokoro, this takes for an extremely weird tangent. So if your Kokoro is on the rank where she is last CB, if your Kokoro is Loop Kokoro, mine for example isn't because of C41B. As you can see here, she's rank 14, she's level 142, and she has UB 140. She is definitely not for looping anymore. So please, at that point, you have to keep your Kokoro's mint. You don't want to touch Kokoro at all. So if your Kokoro is still on the looping side, level 138 or level 136, or anywhere of that level with rank 10, please keep her at rank 10 because she will appreciate the extra rank, the extra TP boost that comes from that rank, allowing her to loop and to keep the loop going, because she is the premier healer and also the TP boost supporter. And the other one here is if you have Christmas Chica, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. If you have Christmas Chica, there we go. If you have Christmas Chica and you have her untouched like me, you probably want to consider with your clan if you want to break your Christmas Chica for future loops. Mine is still mint, thankfully, but if your Christmas Chica is already like from the last CB, I think from the last CB you really cannot use this one for DCB because she already reached Bond 8, right, if I'm not mistaken. But if your Chica is still mint like this, and you want to sacrifice her for DCB, do please keep in touch with the allocations for your guild and for your clan. So like if your clan needs you to use your Christmas Chica, then you just have to raise her to rank 12, if I recall, like rank 12 or rank 11, I'm not really sure. But there's a bit of a minimum for ranks in the CB, and so I implore you to not touch Chica unless your clan needs you to touch your Chica. And I'm going to touch for the specialist characters that are used in the CB. Most importantly, there's Summer Io. Summer Io will be used in some loops. I think it's loop C4 if I'm not wrong. Summer Io, you definitely want to keep her in esports level because she will be used a lot in loops, as well as another character that I don't think is pretty much deserved here, and that is Tsumugi. Tsumugi is going to be featured in CB loops, and the actual good rank for her is actually rank 9 with UE1 and a very weird level. So if your Tsumugi is a bit break like mine, I don't think that's much of an issue. You do lose some damage, but Tsumugi is going to be featured in like the CB or C4 loop for DCB, so you definitely want to keep your Tsumugi not above rank 14.6, because as you can see here, Tsumugi, if she is ranked up, she actually loses 12 TP regen, which is not good, which is even worse than losing attack stat. So I implore you to not touch your Tsumugi until you actually have to, or if you have a mint Tsumugi, like you don't play arena anymore, or you have an abandoned account with like completely untouched Tsumugi, still land as 2 stars, still level 1 and all that, just Bond 100, that is perfectly acceptable. That is actually very good if you have that side of Tsumugi. you can actually just start to raise her to at least rank 9 untouched, so rank 9 completely blank, and with that you should be good for this CB. If you want to loop on C4, it's definitely recommended that you have Summer Iyo still untouched but ready, and Sumogi also still untouched but also ready. Pretty much the main call of the C4 loop would be Christmas Chica, and just Sumugi and Summer Iyo would facilitate as the supports for that loop. So I believe that is pretty much all for my explanations for this clan battle. I hope that you get something very useful out of this video, and please like and subscribe if you enjoy my content, and this is Tofu signing out.